Hey everyone! Welcome back to English Daily Talk. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Chris. Thanks for being here with us again. If you're new, this is our C1 series, where we go beyond vocabulary lists and talk about real life and real English.
Today's episode is called Stop Trying to Be Perfect, the 80% Rule.
It's for anyone who stays quiet in English because they feel like they have to be flawless before opening their mouth.
You know that feeling, right? You have a thought. You want to share it. But then your brain runs a quick grammar check and goes, not safe. Abort mission.
And suddenly, you say nothing. You smile politely. You nod. You pass the turn to someone else.
Episode 10 is here to gently shake you out of that habit. We're talking about why perfectionism blocks speaking, what the 80% rule really means, and how to train yourself to value communication over correctness.
Our key phrase today is simple. Better done than perfect.
As always, we'll start with the story, then move into reflection and discussion. And later we'll have a language spotlight with C1 level phrases you can steal for your own English.
All right, let's jump in.
I want to start with someone we'll call Mai. She's not a single person, actually. She's a mix of many students I've met. Quiet, smart, hardworking, and nearly invisible in conversation.
Invisible not because she has nothing to say, but because she has too many rules guarding her voice.
Exactly. Mai is in her late 20s. She works in marketing. She has a solid English background. If you give her a reading passage, she'll get almost every question right. If you play a podcast, she understands the main ideas easily.
But if you ask her to speak for 2 minutes, she freezes.
I met her in a weekend conversation class. It was one of those cozy rooms above a cafe. Wooden tables, a whiteboard that was never completely clean, and students carrying notebooks like small shields.
Every class has that vibe of nervous hope. People want to get better, but they don't want to look bad doing it.
Right. On that particular Sunday, we were doing something simple. Introductions, nothing dramatic. Name, job, something you love, something you find difficult about English.
And introductions are funny because they should be easy. You already know everything you need to say. But they can still feel like jumping off a cliff.
The teacher, a warm woman named Hannah, began by introducing herself in a relaxed way, even making a small mistake on purpose.
That was clever. She said something like, I live in Ho Chi Minh City since 5 years. Then smiled and corrected herself. I mean, I've lived here for 5 years.
She looked around and said, See? Even teachers fix things. It's normal. Let's just talk.
You could see shoulders dropping a little.
Then Hannah pointed to a tall guy with a bright grin. You first.
The guy stood up immediately. No hesitation. Hello, everyone. I'm Jack. I am from Da Nang. I work, in IT. I like travel. I like cooking. And I like coffee very much. He laughed at himself.
His grammar, to be honest, was messy. He missed articles, mixed tenses, and his sentence rhythm was very Vietnamese.
But you know what? We all understood him.
And more than that, we liked him. There was energy in the room. People smiled. Someone said, Oh, I also like cooking. And suddenly a side conversation began.
Jack looked delighted. He continued. My English not good, but I try. I once speak with foreigner without afraid.
Without being afraid. Hannah gently corrected, but she didn't stop him. She let him finish his thought.
And he did. He sat down looking proud, like he had just climbed a hill and found a view.
Mai watched all of this quietly. I could see her hands tightening around her notebook. She was next.
How do you know?
Because I was sitting near her and she whispered, I can't. I don't know how to say. But her notebook was full of perfect sentences.
That's the tragedy of perfectionism. It makes you doubt even what you already know.
Hannah called her name softly. Mai.
Mai stood up slowly, like gravity had doubled. She opened her mouth, then closed it. She tried again.
Hello, I'm Mai. I work marketing. She paused. The room waited kindly.
Silence can feel friendly or hostile. For Mai, it felt like a spotlight.
She continued. I like reading book. And I want speaking English more good. She glanced down, as if checking for errors in the air.
She was doing the grammar monitor thing, watching herself too hard.
Hannah nodded encouragingly. Great. What kind of books do you like?
That follow-up question is where perfectionists often crash. It requires real-time thinking.
Mai's eyes took on that look of someone searching for the right key in a huge dark room.
She wasn't searching for meaning. She was searching for the correct structure.
I like, novels. But I don't remember word. Her face reddened. Sorry.
She apologized for not being perfect, not for not being understood.
Hannah smiled. No need, sorry. Tell us about a novel you enjoyed. Any language is fine.
Any language is fine. That line should be printed on every classroom wall.
But Mai only managed a few more fragments, then sat down, almost collapsing with relief.
She looked like she had just escaped danger.
During the break, I went to get tea, and I saw Mai sitting alone by the window. She wasn't on her phone. She was staring at the street, like her mind was replaying the moment on loop.
I joined her. You did well, I said.
She gave a small embarrassed smile. No, I speak very bad.
I asked. Bad because...
She looked at me like the answer was obvious. Because grammar is wrong. I forget some words. I sound childish.
That word, childish, comes up a lot. People think mistakes make them seem small.
I asked her if she understood Jack. She nodded.
Did you feel uncomfortable while he was speaking?
No, I feel happy. He is friendly.
So his grammar didn't stop you from connecting.
She paused. Her eyebrows drew together, like she was trying to solve a puzzle.
I said, we're not here to show a perfect English performance. We're here to exchange meanings.
She whispered. But if I speak wrong, people will judge.
I get that fear. It's social. It's emotional. It's not about English. It's about being human.
Hannah walked over then, holding a cup of coffee. She sat down beside us without making it a big deal. Mai, she said gently, you're trying to speak 100% perfect English. That's why you can only speak 20% of the time.
Ooh, that's a clean truth.
Hannah continued, what if you aimed for 80%? Not perfect, just clear. If people understand you, it's success.
That was the first time I heard the 80% rule.
She looked uncertain. 80 is enough.
Hannah nodded. 80 is more than enough. The last 20% is polish. Polish comes after you already have a table.
Nice metaphor. You can't polish something that doesn't exist.
Hannah asked Mai to try a small exercise. Tell me about your favorite novel. Don't stop. Don't correct yourself. Just keep going for 1 minute.
Mai looked terrified, but she tried. So,
Okay, I like novel about family. I read one last month. It is about a girl who moved to another city and she feel lonely. She meet new friends and find herself. I cry in the end.
she was speaking with errors, sure, but also with emotion.
And you could feel meaning traveling across the tables.
Hannah didn't interrupt. She waited until the minute ended. Then she smiled. See? We totally understood you. And your story was touching.
Mai blinked. Really?
Yes. And now, because you spoke, I can help you improve. For example, I like a novel about family. She moved to another city. Those are quick fixes.
That's another key. Correction is useful only after communication happens.
Mai sat there in silence for a moment. Then she laughed. surprised at herself. I think I always wait for correct sentence in my head, but it never come.
Exactly. In real conversation, the perfect sentence rarely arrives fully formed.
The rest of the class was different for her. She wasn't suddenly fluent, but she spoke a little more. She interrupted less to apologize. She even asked another student a follow-up question.
Small steps, but huge meaning.
At the end of class, she said something that stuck with me. I feel like I breathe when I stop chasing perfect.
That's what this episode is about. Breathing again.
Let's pause here, because my story is basically a mirror for so many learners.
Absolutely. The problem she faced isn't a lack of knowledge. It's the fear of using knowledge imperfectly. Tahit.
And that fear is sneaky. It disguises itself as, I just want to improve more first. Sounds responsible, right?
But often it's a hiding place. Improvement first becomes improvement forever. And speaking never starts.
Perfectionism creates a rule in your brain. If you can't say it perfectly, don't say it.
That rule seems like it protects you from embarrassment, but it actually keeps you from progress.
Because speaking is not the reward you get after learning. Speaking is how you learn.
Let's say that again. Speaking is not the prize at the end. It's the gym where your language muscles grow. So,
If you never go to the gym because you want a perfect body first, well, you can see the problem.
and the thing is, even native speakers speak at around 80% perfection in real life.
We use fragments. We change direction mid-sentence. We say, like. You know. I mean. We forget words and replace them.
Yet nobody labels us failures, because communication still works.
This is why the solution isn't learn more grammar. The solution is use what you know now.
Communication over perfection.
If someone understands you, you succeeded. Even if your verb tense was wrong. Even if your sentence order was strange.
Mistakes are not evidence that you're bad at English. They're evidence that you're using English.
That's the shift. From mistakes are danger to mistakes are proof of life.
The 80% rule is practical. It tells you what target to aim at in real conversation. Clarity, not elegance.
You don't need to express your thought with literary beauty. You need to package it so the listener can unwrap it. 0.
If 8 out of 10 parts of your message land, that's an A in real life.
And here's the paradox. When you allow 80%, your brain relaxes. You talk more, and you actually reach 90% naturally. So,
Perfectionism slows improvement. Permission speeds it up.
let's talk about why perfectionism is so common in English learners.
I think it's partly cultural, especially in Asian education systems. We're trained to avoid mistakes.
True. In school, a mistake is a red X. It lowers your score. So, your nervous system learns. Mistakes equal pain.
But conversation isn't school. There's no hidden answer key.
Another reason is social comparison. People watch fluent speakers and think, I must sound like them.
But they don't see the years of messy, imperfect speaking those fluent people went through.
Right. Fluency is built on a mountain of awkward sentences.
Also, language feels tied to identity. If you speak in a clumsy way, you feel like you're showing a clumsy self.
That's deep and real. English becomes a stage where you feel judged as a person, not just a learner.
Exactly. So you protect yourself by staying quiet.
The problem is, silence creates its own identity. The quiet one. The one who can't speak.
And that identity hardens over time.
So, what can listeners do, practically, to adopt the 80% rule?
First, reframe the goal. Before a conversation, tell yourself, my job is to be understood, not to be perfect.
I like that. It's a mental contract. So,
Second, set a speaking quota. Like, in this meeting, I will make at least one comment.
even a short one.
especially a short one.
Third tip, delay self-correction. If you notice a mistake, don't stop. Finish the idea first.
That's huge. Stopping mid-sentence to fix grammar kills momentum.
You can fix later, or ask someone to help you review it after.
And if you can't remember a word, paraphrase, describe it. Use simpler language.
Native speakers do that all the time. So,
Yep, language is flexible. If your first path is blocked, take another.
another practical thing is to expose yourself to imperfect English that still communicates.
Like listening to international speakers on YouTube or podcasts.
Exactly. You realize that English is a global tool, not a performance of native-level purity. Estero.
I also think you should celebrate attempts, not outcomes.
Say more.
Like after conversation, don't ask, was I perfect? Ask, did I try? Did I express something real?
That builds courage.
And courage is the true root of fluency.
What about fear of judgment? It's real.
It is. But usually people are kinder than we imagine. Most listeners care about meaning, not grammar.
Still, there will be a few judgy people.
Sure, but that's about their personality, not your English. You don't have to build your life around avoiding the worst possible listener.
So the lesson is, speak for the good listeners, not the imaginary critics.
Exactly.
I want to share a tiny moment I had when I was learning French.
Oh, go on.
I was in Paris, trying to buy bread. I said something like, Je veux un pain, grand, which is probably wrong.
Laughs, a big bread.
The woman understood and handed me a baguette. I felt proud. Then I realized, in that moment, I didn't care if it was perfect. I cared about bread.
Necessity kills perfectionism.
Right. When meaning matters more than image, you speak.
That's why we need to create small necessities for ourselves.
Like joining a club, traveling, or making English friends.
Or even setting rules like English only during this coffee break.
The goal is to move your brain from protect my image to express my meaning.
And that's the 80% rule in action.
Let's highlight some C1 level language you can use to talk about this topic naturally.
And better done than perfect. This is our key phrase. It means it's better to complete something imperfectly than to never do it at all. Example. I posted the video even though it wasn't flawless. Better done than perfect.
The tyranny of perfection. Tyranny suggests a controlling, oppressive force. Example. The tyranny of perfection kept me silent in meetings for years.
Not to second guess yourself. Meaning to doubt your choices or words after you've made them. Example. When I second guess myself mid-sentence, my fluency disappears.
To prioritize clarity over accuracy. A high-level way of expressing the 80% rule. Example. In real conversations, I try to prioritize clarity over accuracy.
Then to loosen your grip. A metaphor for relaxing control. Example. Once you loosen your grip on perfect grammar, speaking feels freer.
To get your point across. Meaning to communicate your main idea successfully. Example. Even with mistakes, I got my point across.
Try using these in your own reflections or conversations about learning.
Okay, friends, that's episode 10.
If you remember nothing else, remember this. If people understand you, you succeeded.
You don't have to earn the right to speak by being perfect.
Speaking is how you earn improvement.
So, next time you hesitate, take the 80% path.
Say the sentence. Tell the story. Ask the question.
Better done than perfect.
Thanks for spending this time with us.
We'll see you in episode 11.
Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, and be kind to yourself.